What's happening right now is an absolute disaster for Battlefield 6.
Cheating in Battlefield 6 is mayhem.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt! You make me sick, you big baby!
So for a game that says that there's no cheaters, Battlefield 6 has a big cheating problem, especially the reputational damage. Now, if this happened in Fortnite would already initiate like 3 lawsuits and send all their lawyers. It seems like that Battlefield 6 is staffed, but we have good confirmation on this video though. It seems like the cheater will be banned, and obviously I am a big advocate for don't fry the small fish, fry the big fish, right? It's the big fish that are really causing all of that, if you get my point. It's the big engines that provide, it's a big industry, cheating and all that. So here's the big problem. This is just one of many cheaters out there, but this guy streaming it and trying to monetize it is gonna be a big problem and a no-no for EA, because again, cheating is an industry that Fortnite has proved that they are actively losing revenue money, and a lot of these young cheaters who are bragging, hey, I'm cheating on stream, well, guess what? A game like Fortnite actually went ahead and problems and made a full-on lawsuit on them, like lasting multiple years, costing them $100,000 for basically Fortnite, which is pennies for them, but showing like a sign of force. They don't mess with us, and this is something that Battlefield 6 should do as well.
I'll never leak DM unless I absolutely have to, but there has been conversations about Ghosty behind the scenes. It looks like EA might actually start taking these people down, which is good. Get rid of these cretins. There's people out here that work very hard, their 9-to-5 jobs, to come home at the end of the day to sit down to play a video game, and they're greeted by people that are using these cheat providers and the scumbags that work underneath of them, like this guy. The only thing this guy's cheating on that is legitimately cheating is his diet. So it's nice to see that EA is actually putting a stop to these guys. There's been a lot of rumors in behind the scenes of EA going after the Cronus users, as well as EA being extremely strict with PC people when they get caught cheating. But there's a problem. These fucking cheat providers are also able to circumnavigate the banning system. Here's proof of that from the same sad, pathetic man who sits in his house cheating in a video game and still fucking sucks.
While cheating in Battlefield 6 for about 2 weeks, I finally got banned. Battlefield's anti-cheat finally caught me, so I had to make a brand new account. I used Edge's built-in spoofer, and once the spoofer was successful, I was now unbanned.
Again, a lot of people were very frustrated with lack of content in Battlefield 6, and this is something that, Call of Duty also has a big problem. They don't take this stuff seriously until it's too late, and this is where I think that there is going to be a massive, massive issue if these cheaters can run around and literally stream and brag about it, because I definitely see a big revenue coming in from all these cheat engines or whatever they are. It's just a big rabbit hole at this point. And yes, the entire premise beside destruction for Battlefield 6 is literally the safe boot that forces everyone to play against these cheaters. Well, to set up something that you never wanted to set up and have this safe boot enabled that's gonna prevent you and push away all these cheaters. But it seems like they're finding some sort of workaround, some sort of details. The biggest issue is, however, is how EA should handle the situation. I feel like, somehow they should pursue the same way as Fortnite, go into legal action, maybe not against the streamers, but against the other big players at hand. Because I'm not even sure why the streamers are doing it. There's no long-term aspect to it. You can upload some videos, get some views, and what ends up happening is you create damage for the industry, you create damage for Battlefield 6, then you come back and suddenly your channel is banned, right? There's no long-term aspect to this. There's no way to actually make money from this anyway. So why are these streamers doing it? Probably for attention at that point. Yeah, there obviously is a cheating problem. I feel like these type of videos that, the cheaters literally post is actually a good sign, because that means they should improve their cheat or anti-cheat levels, or how they at least treat anti-cheating and cheating in general. This is the biggest problem that Warzone had for years. There was obvious cheaters when you open TikTok, and nothing was done about it. That's why a lot of people have left the game at that point.
Call of Duty is literally overrun by cheaters. I'm talking like 1 in every other match, or like 3 or 4 within a Warzone match. And even then, you have people that are reverse boosting, 2-boxing, 3-boxing, 4-boxing, as well as VPN using in order to be able to get an advantage over somebody else who is not doing those things. And in Battlefield 6, it seems like the longer the game's going on, the more that these cheaters are able to hide behind in-game built-in mechanics mechanics. Like the clearly very much cheating snipers that are sitting at the back of their spawn hitting only headshots, they just say they're using the zeroing exploit. You can find them in the comment section of pretty much any video I reference the zeroing exploit. They just say they're very...
So that's a very fair point. Seems like Battlefield 6, Call of Duty, all of these games have a cheating problem. And people are getting seriously frustrated to the point where they stop playing the game and stop giving money to the games itself. So something Fortnite did is actually ban these active cheaters and put up a whole lawsuit against them. This is definitely something that EA should do, or maybe get an intern to suspect and find these cheaters, maybe report them or take their channels down. Would actually do great for the game, because the anti-cheat costs millions of dollars, and then cheaters are suddenly laughing in EA's face. Hey, I can cheat in the game as well.
It's hard to sit here and play the video game legitimately and have a good time when every time you die, this kind of video is going to be sitting at the back of your mind. Is this guy cheating? In fact, over the last couple weeks, I have seen an increase in cheaters inside of my lobbies. I'm talking recon guys dropping 112 kills on the backside of the map, only dinking headshots. Hell, in the clips that you're seeing on screen right now, you can see that even vehicles can't be trusted, and worked on things on the back end to kind of figure out how these cheats work and where they're coming from. The more I'm realizing that a lot of these cheat providers aren't unique or special. They're no better than the cheaters in which they're selling to, as they just work underneath somebody. Now, I'm not saying that all of these cheat providers are essentially the middleman, but most of them are. I'm currently working and doing research with a few other different
And again, this is a problem that has been happening for the last 16 years. Even if I play older games like Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 1, you can still see these cheaters, especially when the older games aren't supported as much, which definitely creates a lot of frustration with the players who still enjoy World War II or World War I games. That's amazing, right? But we are actively seeing that these cheaters are not giving up even for newer games, and as long as there's gonna be cheats in the game, people will be complaining. So I don't think anything can stop them at this point. But if you look at a game like Fortnite, I never ever saw a cheater. They're ramping up legal action against both players who cheat and cheat sellers. We continue working on inventing new classes of detection to combat cheating on Fortnite. I feel like if this is something that Warzone did, they would get a lot of respect at that point. But we're still far away ahead, because a lot of these companies, they don't realize that the problem is there, because they think it doesn't affect their revenue, because they're not running the test. They're not actually surveying players. Hey, are you quitting because of cheaters? But when you search on the forums, most of these players are actually quitting because of the cheaters themselves. A lot of people's number one reason for Warzone is because of cheaters itself. And yeah, it's losing them billions of dollars. And Fortnite admitted this. We have to check on what happens next here, because Battlefield 6, it had, a decent launch, but I'm really worried on how they will do this in the future, especially if these cheaters come dominant into the game. What do you guys personally think? This was an awesome interview. Smash that like button.